Hey everyone, Adwin's here with another unit review. This time we're going back in time. Again, but this time to 1429. Damn it, I should have saved that joke for this video. By the power of modern Apple technology, Ui travels back in time to meet Tart and her crew, including the gorgeous Elisa Cel-YES-ka, with whom she forms a bond with, and which I'm sure I'll horribly pronounce throughout this video. What, your iPhone doesn't do that? It's a feature of the newest model that just came out. What, yours is new too? No, there's a new one that came out. Can't help you out more than that, I've got an Android. Anyway, Elisa is a balance type with more average stats compared to other recent balances, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Her Connect and Flex burn cleanses debuffs and allows the target to pierce defense. There's no direct offensive buff, but Pierce is a fine granted effect that scales with enemy defense. That is, it works really well versus tanks with high defense, and less so on naturally squishier units. Note that this gets around the red buff defense up, but not the yellow granted effect damage reduction. Guaranteed Burn also adds good incidental damage, especially if you have the advantageous element. She's a very prideful character if her Ojo-sama laughed didn't give it away, so her Magia grants all sorts of self-buffs, like attack and defense up. But prideful as she is, she taunts the enemy. Her defense isn't too bad, so it's not a major drawback as long as you time your attacks correctly. In fact, if getting Magia is consistent for you, you can keep this in your pocket in case you want to use this defensively and redirect attacks away from your squishies. At the moment, she's just a generic damage dealer, but Future Spirit Enhancement pushes her further in a Magia-focused direction, with good buffs in MP gain, Magia and Doppel, and even starting the match with 15 MP. Honing in on a role such as this bumps her usefulness up by a lot, so she's a decent investment. But the primary reason to get her is because she's fucking hot! You know, with all that fire. Jokes. Anyway, we get a new limited 3-star this time as well, being Corbeau, one of the main villains of the Tart manga. She's still capped, meaning no 5-star, which is nice because it's been a while since I looked at only the 3 and 4-star pool for comparisons. She's an attack type with the second highest attack in the capped pool, behind Masara by a few points, but beats her in bulk by several hundred. Those numbers are still low overall though. Her Connect raises ailment resistance and grants Curse to attack. It's a tier above Burn, so in addition to bonus damage from strong elements, the target is prevented from healing. Coupled with the attack buff, you can really devastate an enemy with the correct setup and elements. Her Magia has a chance to curse and poison, as well as lower defense. And yes, if both ailments land, the HP loss stacks, though the damage it can deal is capped at 10,000. Still, this is a pretty bully Magia, but her 2B2C deck doesn't support it as well. Corbeau also suffers from a similar problem to Elisa, where she's mainly a generic attacker with few random gimmicks attached that don't really enable anything. However, she also gets a serious upgrade from Spirit Enhancement by becoming more ailment focused. She gets Curse and Poison Edge, plus damage up versus afflicted targets. Coupled with a chance to negate evade and mana drain, she becomes a real bully. She's only missing debuffs to really nail that archetype down. I'd compare her more to a mini Alina, a real one. Remember when I said Rio was a mini Alina? Well, forget that, I was wrong. Corbeau matches Alina way more closely, even in personality. She's not nearly as attractive to me though. Sorry, but even the random belly button won't convince me. Her sisters are tons cuter. Anyway, like previous limited 3-stars, all you need is one. Then you can use Destiny bottles to slot her. However, her lack of a 5-star means she gets outclassed easily. Still cool to have, I guess. I'm personally not particularly excited to have her, since I already have a fully built Alina on JP. Lastly, we'll go over Melissa, who got her uncapped with this event. There's not much to say. Everything about her is technically better as far as numbers go, but compared to other uncapped units, including base 2 and 3 stars, her stats don't really stand out, and her Magia kinda scales poorly. Her Doppel looks so fucking sick though. I still stand by what I said before, in that she's one of the best welfare units that the game offers, and you should be able to get everything that you need to fully upgrade her, whether you got her last time, if you never got her at all, or didn't finish upgrading her the first time around. That's it for Tart 2, guys. I don't know this story as much, but I know it's crazy, and somehow I feel like I'd be more emotionally invested in this than I was in Part 1. Maybe it's biased towards Ui and Elisa, but everything I've seen so far seems to have more emotional weight. Like, even the free event memorial gives me feels